Oh, yes. I'm just looking at these principles of marriage. Yes, Marriage is legally registered community of two persons, right? Men and women without limitation due to race, nationality, or religion. Yes, have the right to marry and found a family as well as they can. They are equal to marriage during marriage and its dissolution. Now, there are certain capacity for marriage. Full capacity to act is obtained upon reaching age of majority, yes, and entering into wedlock prior to this, and not or by entering, yes, majority. I can completion of the 18th year of age, yes, obtain full capacity. Person. Now, conditions for entering due to. Oh, wait a second here. Right to found. It seems that you didn't protect the actual marriage, did you? No, is legally stated community of two persons. Now, I'm just wondering. Yes, hang on here just for a second. I just can't read it as good as I want to. I need to turn up the brightness. There it is. Now, the marriage register, yes, the registrar records the bonded wedlock in the marriage register, which is then signed by the spouses and two witnesses and the registrar. Yes. Now, I had made mention in some videos about the registrar and the United Nations. Yes. We're still bonded. Yes. This bonding of the United Nations that bonds each and every registration. Yeah. I had sent you copies of a photocopy of the actual United Nations marriage certificate. Pooch. And this whole issuance as the petitioner being my spouse. Yes. Ooh. Now, registration upon religious wedlock. We actually did have a religious ceremony. Religious rules shall not perform this unless the spouses testify the legal marriage bond through a certificate issued by the marriage registrar. You know that marriage certificate that you said, well, sure, we have the right to dissolve it. Well, not giving me any notice of court hearings because the mail was returned unclaimed. Pooch. Not only am I going to sue you in the United Nations and possibly other conventions of the world, Pooch, this whole concept of putting me in jail for violating the protection order, yes, for criminal charges when they're civil contempt charges. I would say that as a married couple, I can sue you in the United Nations for putting me on the fucking docket. Now, the registrations upon religious wedlock. Yes. The official from the religious community in front of whom wedlock was contracted in a religious way shall provide the registrar with a document signed by the spouses. The witness is a representative of the religious community proving the religious marriage bond. Pooch. Now, for every time that you put me in jail, for every arrest that you made without an actual signature of my spouse, yes, it is such that it happens to be in violation of United Nations law. Ooh! Now, it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar day, and it's going to involve many nations of the world. Now, you said you wouldn't remove that. You wouldn't remove the dissolution of marriage, Judge Ford. Well, look at here. Approved. Another stamp. Yes. Contractual arrangements on possession and administration. Yes. Spouses may contract the administration, possession of joint property in whole or in part shall be carried out by one of the spouses. Referred to all the special acts, regular administration. Yeah. The contract may be limited to only administration of rights of possession, unless otherwise contract administration includes possession within regular activity. When you gave everything to my wife, yes, all the actual possessions we had during our marriage, when you didn't give me the actual right to get my personal items. Since we're still married, you happen to violate the United Nations right to have my fucking property. Ouch! Now, I'm going to sue this court, the state of Washington, and the United States, as well as the United Nations, for you refusing to acknowledge my rights as a property owner.